Greetings, strangers. I'm Britt,
And I'm Dee.
and welcome to another episode of It's a Strange World After All. The podcast where we discuss true crime cases, the supernatural, urban legends, conspiracy theories, and all of the things that keep the world strange. I would just like to say that I was on my best behavior today. That was the most tame intro we've had in a while. So
Oh,
kudos.
yeah. Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
I mean, we have a serious topic today,
Yeah.
so
The last
I'll allow it.
episode, yeah, it is pretty serious. It is Women's Herstory Month. Just like with Black History Month, every year we like to celebrate Women's Herstory Month by including stories that involve women, particularly in today's episode, a young woman of color. Your stories matter as well.
Yes. In today's episode, we have an update on the disappearance of 9-year-old Asha Degree.
Yes, and if you are not familiar with this story, again, please go listen to our previous episode, The Strange Disappearance of Asha Degree. I think we filmed it. Yeah, it was a Black History Month episode last year in 2024.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't remember if it was Black History Month or Women's History Month that we did it. Okay.
In the early morning hours of February 14th, 2000, 9-year-old Asha Degree packed her book bag and left her family home in Shelby, North Carolina. She began walking along nearby Highway 18 in the heavy rain. Several passing motorists saw her, and when one of them turned around and approached her, she ran into a wooded area. She has not been seen since. Okay, I did just want to say, I remember the theory that we both kind of agreed upon was that we believed her basketball coach to be or could be responsible. Allegedly, we were thinking that he was the most plausible person responsible, that it could have been a situation
Oh,
he was
yes.
grooming her and then convinced her to run away with him, was what we kind of settled on at the time.
Yes. And we apologize to that man because clearly that's
Yeah,
not
we're gonna.
what happened. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's on us. I think that theory was, I want to say it was on Reddit.
Yes, it was. It
Yeah.
was. So there it was like it wasn't just us. There were multiple people thinking, okay, this seems more plausible than I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't wrap my head around her truly planning to run away. I don't know why I couldn't. I just was kind of thinking that's just so young to make a plan to run away from home. So I was thinking, yeah, like a lot of other people, she must have been
Yeah.
groomed.
Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, it
Okay.
was not the
Yes,
coach.
you're right. And
There we
yes,
go.
again, like they say, we do apologize.
There have been a few updates regarding the case. Retesting DNA found on Aisha's book bag led to searches on 5 properties in 3 counties in September 2024. During the search, officials told an older green model car similar to the 1970s Ford Thunderbird or Lincoln Mark IV that was connected to the case in 2016.
Warrants showed evidence linking multiple people connected to Shelby residents Roy and Connie Dedman to the case. Those people were their 3 daughters, Lizzie Foster Dedman, who was 16 at the time, Sarah Dedman Capel, 15 at the time, and Anna Lee Dedman Ramirez, 13 at the time. DNA testing done on some of the items in Aisha's book bag revealed 2 matches: Anna Lee Dedman and Russell Underhill, who was a patient in a nursing facility that the Dedmans operated. Um, what was in her
Yes.
backpack? That shirt and
Mm-hmm.
the don't say I can do it. Don't say it I can do it. It was a New Kids on the Block t-shirt right? In a
Mm-hmm.
city.
A
Am I
book.
making the city up? A book. Okay.
It was a book, and then there was a random picture of another little girl
Yes.
that nobody knows who that little girl is. To this
Okay.
day, nobody, yeah.
I was about to say, even to this day, like even after this, they
Yeah.
don't know who it is. That's so
Mm-mm.
weird. Okay.
Yeah. The warrant stated that a former employee of the Deadmans told investigators that Roy would send his 16-year-old daughter Lizzie to transport patients in an unreliable vehicle to and from Broughton Hospital in Morganton. Highway 18 was the most logical route from the nursing home to the hospital. And again, this is where Aisha was last seen. And then the unreliable vehicle would be the car that was found during the search. And can I just say, I don't know if I put, oh no, I wouldn't have put, I think I put a picture of what the car would have looked like. I believe on our Instagram. I can't remember. But I saw the pictures of the car they found, and it does match what people were seeing. And again, this car hasn't been driven since that night, and it had like a lot of damage on the front of it. Just putting that out there. I don't know if that was from something that happened previous to that or if it has anything to do with Aisha. Because, yeah,
Okay.
there's damage on like the front end by one of the headlights.
The week after law enforcement searched the Deadmans' properties in 2024, a man went to the sheriff's office for an interview. The man told officers that one time he attended a house party with Lizzie and Sarah. He claimed that Lizzie was upset and intoxicated. At one point, Lizzie said, and I quote, "I killed Asha Degree." That's when Sarah became stern and told Lizzie to, another quote, "shut the F up." He told investigators that he was 100% positive of these moments. He was later given a polygraph test in which he passed.
And again, they could not use this because those are inadmissible in North Carolina. So I believe he took one and then, oh, we'll get into that later because one of the sisters took one. But yeah, they're inadmissible. So
Okay, that's
I don't
fine.
understand.
My thing is, if she went missing in 2000 and this party, when did this party happen?
This
Like, I guess
was
when they were in high
mid
school?
2000s.
Okay. Oh, mid 2000s. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you not know who Asha Degree was? I'm confused. If she said this and you heard her say this, why didn't you report it at the time that she said it? Did you just think she was talking crazy?
Probably because he did say she was drunk. So, and maybe he didn't know who she was, who Aisha was. And again,
Okay.
like when these warrants first came out in 2024, it was everywhere. So he might have been like, oh, I remember,
This
that's the
happening.
girl's name that she said. And maybe he went to the police. So,
Yeah, I don't know. That's just really weird. That's just really specific. Like, I think I would have even been like, I'm gonna Google this. I'm gonna Google this name. But he's not me. So,
yeah, I mean, I keep saying she was drunk, but what do they say? Lord, what's the
what?
quote?
Oh,
Um,
I don't know what the
what is
quote
it? A
is, but
drunk? See, you messing me up. It's something like a drunk tongue speaks a sober mind, something like that.
something like that. Yeah. Like you telling the
But
truth
again,
because you.
maybe, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he didn't think anything of it because they said she was like extremely intoxicated.
Okay.
So And then again, to say something, even, yeah, to say something like that, yeah,
What do you mean to say something like her or him?
for her to say something like that, I think I would have been like, wait a minute, I need to go to the police. But
Yeah, wait a
again,
minute. Or at least look it up. Like I think I would have been like, hold on, let me look this up. Who is this? Who is this person? I've never admitted that while drinking, so I don't know. It's rather
yeah.
peculiar.
According to the 2024 search warrants, investigators believe that Roy Dedman's daughters were responsible for or involved in Aisha's disappearance. Because the girls were 16 and under at the time, they believe adult assistance from Roy and Connie would have been necessary in the execution and or concealment of the crime, which makes sense.
Yeah, it is starting to kind of come together. From the car, it
Yeah.
was kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
On February 13th, 2025, three search warrants were executed by the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. Authorities seized cell phones from Lizzie, Sarah, and Roy. The details in the search warrants focus mainly on Lizzie's conversations with her ex husband and her sisters. In a message to Sarah sent on September 12th, 2024, she said she spoke to the family lawyer and said, "The theory is I did it. Accident covered it up." Here are some of the text messages. Again, these are verbatim. September 10th, 2024. Sarah to Lizzie, "They think it's our shirt. It's not her shirt." Sarah to Lizzie, "Her mom said it wasn't hers." Sarah to Lizzie, "I don't remember that shirt. I'm scared though. Dad is probably going to be a huge suspect." Regarding the shirt, I was saying I thought maybe because culturally speaking and her age that was not her New Kids on the Block shirt. That it was really weird for it to be her New Kids on the Block. And then you pointed out the size of the shirt and I was like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. And then, but then whose is it? Because even if we're going to talk about age, this was 2000. Who was still listening? Was they even still making music?
Ooh, I
You
don't
know
know.
what? They did have like a reunion tour, but I don't know when that was. But again, I don't think it would have been, I don't think they would have been listening to New Kids on the Block either. Now, they mama,
That's what I
maybe.
that is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say maybe either it was one of their moms or like kids. You have slumber parties, sleepovers. You have slumber parties, sleepovers. It could have easily have been one of their friends' shirts that just kind of got
Yeah.
mixed up in their stuff.
Yeah.
Because you got three girls, you got three daughters. So I don't know.
September 11th, 2024, Lizzie to ex husband. This is going to get nothing but worse. And again, as is. I was like, dang, I don't even talk like that. But that was
Oh,
like
I
the
see what you
grammar.
say.
I was like,
I
yeah.
see what you're saying, girl.
I mean, I kept it as is. So
They're texting. It's fine.
Lizzie to ex husband. I'm talking to my doctor at 5 to get something for my nerves. Lizzie to ex husband. I'm just so worried, so worried. Lizzie to ex husband. I mean, it's a nightmare that's going to keep getting worse. I can see nothing good happening anytime soon, and I'm an optimist. Ex husband to Lizzie. Oh no, I hate that for y'all. Lizzie to ex husband. There's no way this is going to be okay. And these are just a few. I didn't put every single text message, but there are plenty of text messages, and it's going to be in the sources. So if you wanted to read the article.
Are they
And her
all
ex
as in
husband, huh?
no, go ahead. Her ex-husband what?
She sending him all those text messages, and he was just like, "Oh no."
I was
Like,
thinking that I didn't want to make light of the situation, but he was like, "Oh no,
yeah.
I hate it for y'all. I hate that for y'all. I do." Like,
I was
damn.
like, "Dang." But no, that's not funny. This is serious, but
It's
that's what I was
serious,
thinking
but
though. Yeah. Yeah.
uh oh, are all of those text messages as incriminating as these? Man, okay.
Mhm. So they were saying the one that we did put in here, about her saying dad is probably going to be a huge suspect. So they were saying that, like, why would she say that? And then we mentioned when she said the theory is I did it, that was after she talked to the family's lawyer. And then there's another one. She was texting her ex husband and she said, I feel so horrible, so horrible. I don't know what to do. I caused this. And then he responded, no, you didn't. And this is her texting one of her sisters. She's like, hey, is everybody mad at me? And then the sister says, nobody is. She spelled her name Lozzie, I guess, typo.
Yeah.
And then she says, this is not your fault. So it's just them discussing the case, but they're like, why is she so scared? Why is she so anxious? I get
Yeah.
that you are because you're a suspect, but if you didn't do anything, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. I mean, you could be nervous. You could be nervous cuz law enforcement, we know there are
Mm-hmm.
cases where they spin stuff however they want to spin it, but if you truly are innocent, I don't think your text messages would be like this. I think they would be like, this is ridiculous. They think that we did
Yeah.
this.
They're just texting saying that the situation is about to get worse. And then the younger sister was responding to Lizzie and she said, I know, girl, I'm a disaster. And then she's like, if they think they can come at you again, you just go and be compliant. And then she's like, that's what I'm planning on doing. Um, she said, I think so too. And then she said, honestly, I mean, I want to do what dad says. So what did he say?
Right. It
Yeah.
feels like yeah, it feels like
And then
that he
she
helped them cover
said,
something up.
yeah. And then the younger sister tells her, maybe we should have let you do what you originally wanted to do. So I don't know what that's talking about.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's plenty of text messages.
According to the February 2025 warrants, Lizzie was contacted by investigators on February 10th and was asked to take a polygraph test in connection with the case. As a part of the polygraph test, she was asked whether or not she was concealing information and was found to be deceptive. So she said no, and they determined that that was a lie.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
Okay.
much.
Okay. Following that interview, Lizzie called her ex husband and talked to him for more than 45 minutes. The ex husband has been uncooperative in the case.
We can tell from the text messages. Because, yeah, I think only a few of them were to him. The rest were just the sisters.
Okay.
Yeah. So the main theory is that Lizzie was transporting a patient, Russell Underhill, to the hospital and she accidentally hit Aisha. So what I'm thinking is, you remember when she ran into the woods?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking she got hit maybe like soon as she walked out to get back on the road and she didn't see her.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's just coming from me. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Um She panicked and called her dad for help, and they concealed Aisha's body. In a September press conference, the Dedman family attorney, David Teddy, alluded to Russell Underhill being responsible for Aisha's disappearance. Unfortunately, Russell passed away in 2004. No charges have been brought against anyone in the Dedman family as of yet.
How would Russell be responsible if he was being transported? How would he be responsible? What was he being transported for?
For being old. Well, not being old, but
Okay.
like it was a nursing home. He
Yeah.
was being transported from a nursing home to the hospital. And I'm like, that was my first thought was like, how would he have done anything, basically? I think they're just trying to implicate him because he's dead.
They
So
are. That's
allegedly.
wild.
Allegedly. Um, but yeah, that was my first thought. I'm like, this man was pretty old.
Yeah.
And he was going to the hospital for a reason. So I don't
Yes.
think he would have been able to do anything.
Man. Well, final thoughts.
I allegedly they did it. Allegedly they because this okay. I remember hearing mentions of it before the warrants came out because it was like all over Reddit. So it just wasn't there just wasn't like a lot of information and I feel like they have enough evidence, but I feel like it may be what do you call it? Hold on. I'm gonna get
Oh, and I'm sorry.
it.
I was like, I was listening, but I was reading
And
at the
you
same
ain't
time, but
no help.
listening. My bad. No, I was multitasking. I was. I'm sorry. Start over.
What was
What?
it? Now I done
Huh?
forgot what I was saying.
Start. I don't know. I don't know.
It's all basically, I feel like they have circumstantial. That's what it is. I feel like it's all
Oh,
circumstantial evidence, and that's why
yes.
they can't do anything with it. But it doesn't look good for the family.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm going to go with, I think they had something to do with it, allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Apparently, allegedly, I
And you know
agree
what's so
that.
crazy? You know what's so crazy is Lizzie is apparently a teacher in Dallas. I think it's Highland Park Middle School.
Oh, Highland Park, huh?
Yeah.
But I'm okay. So I'm wondering though if they also though grew up in like an affluent neighborhood, so you're used to a certain treatment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're the because the privilege of you. If this was you, the privilege of you thinking that it is okay to stage this, dump this girl. You know what I mean? Dump a child's body even if it was an accident, that's running on sheer privilege. There's no way that I don't think there's in a reality where a normal person does this and does the same, makes the same decision.
So my thing is, if this was an accident, if it happened the way I'm thinking, where she walked out of the woods and onto the road, because again, it was like storming that night, why not just go to the police if it was an accident? Because you're driving that late, you're not going to expect to see a little girl walking down the road. You know what I
because
mean?
it's
Like,
gonna
I
mess
feel
because
like,
it's gonna mess up your future. It's gonna throw off the trajectory of your future that your family, that your dad had planned for you. I'm pretty
but
sure that's
I'm
what it's
just
looking
like,
like.
if it, the circumstances, that is really, if it happened that way, that is an actual accident. Like, there is nothing that could have stopped that. So why not go to the police? Like, if it was an accident, like, I don't think, like, yeah, you would have to live with that knowing what you did, but it's not going to be like on your record or anything. an accident. So why not go
You
to the
don't think she
police? The
would have
only
gotten
thing,
charged with involuntary
if
manslaughter?
anything, I don't know, honestly. But I mean, I'm saying if it was an accident, they could have gotten a really, if they're as privileged as you think they are, they could have gotten a really good lawyer. The only thing is, she was 16. She shouldn't have been driving in the first place.
That's what I was
Especially,
thinking.
like, she could have had a license, but I'm pretty sure she, what they were doing was illegal, having her drive the patients to and from the nursing home to the hospital. That's the
That's what I
only
was gonna
thing.
ask.
But yeah,
So maybe he was protecting both her and
he's
him. The dad
that
was,
makes
maybe.
sense. Yeah.
I was looking at Reddit again
Oh.
because I wanted to know what other people were thinking.
Mm.
It's looking like other people are on board that they are somehow responsible for this. I So in the last episode, I had mentioned if she had had any previous episodes of sleepwalking, and somebody, I don't know if this, it says Crime Junkie Podcast, but I don't know that, I don't think that it's the Crime Junkie Podcast. I think their name is just, or
Mm.
are they adding? No, maybe they're adding Crime Junkie Podcast, but either way, a theory that
Yeah,
somebody
because I think they
has.
did an update.
Okay, so a theory that someone has is, it is a sleepwalking theory because they don't believe that she ran away either. They believe that she woke up in a confused state and that maybe she thought she was running late to school or something like that, or that she was sleepwalking and like grabbed her backpack, started heading towards the school, and then I guess whatever happened, if that guy really did see her, she really did go hide in the woods. That happened, and then as you were saying, she came back out onto the road, and allegedly Lizzie accidentally hit her, and that. Oh yeah, and then yeah, because there was a storm at the time that it happened, so that was another excuse. The weather was bad; you couldn't see her. It's dark outside, and then yeah, she called her dad, and he was like, "We're going to cover this up." So I'm on board with that theory. Allegedly, to me, that makes sense. And it's really unfortunate because, like you said, it was an accident. There's no telling what would have happened because you didn't report it. She probably would have gotten off. And I don't know, could have dealt with the trauma of that, because that's traumatic. She could have dealt with the trauma of
Mhm.
that on better terms than covering up something like this, and the family would have had justice. The family would have had some sort of closure versus what
Mhm.
has happened up until this point.
Yes. I do have one more thing. The only thing that doesn't support this being an accident, w- or it could. So witnesses saw her get in the car. So if she was hit, she wouldn't have been able to get in the car. So there's another theory that they saw her, they pulled her in the car and did something, like took her home and did something to her, like the dad,
Oh,
because there were a couple witnesses saying that they saw Aisha getting into the car.
like of
S-
her own free will.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, and I don't think if she was hit, I don't think she would be able to get in the car on her own. Unless, again, it was dark, unless they saw them actually putting her in the car. I don't know. But there were
I see
witnesses
what you're
saying
saying.
that they saw her getting into the car. So, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. I have to look deeper into the family too, because it doesn't seem. Well, I don't know. You say that, and then you're uncovering 100 bodies on the property. I don't know. They seem like a normal family, though. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like malicious in that. Well, I say normal, but you get what I'm saying. It doesn't seem malicious to the point to where it's like, oh, our dad was lovely bones with little girls, like that was what was happening. It's I don't know. Y'all have to do a little bit more research into the family because this is, man, it's
Yeah,
insane.
when
Well,
I
not
say
insane.
I've
It's
been
just
all
pretty.
over, like, yeah, reading so many articles and going. Now, we keep citing Reddit. We know Reddit is not, like, I don't want to say it's not credible. We know it's just people giving their opinions.
Yes, yes,
But there have been a few times where people on Reddit have solved some. Because even our, what was the episode? The case wasn't solved, but with the boy in the chimney, and there was a guy on Reddit who said he knew who was responsible for it, and it pretty much checked out, but again, it was all circumstantial. Do you remember
yeah.
that?
I don't. I don't even. We did a case about a boy in the chimney.
It was Lord Joshua Maddox. Cause I
Girl,
took it
huh?
off of YouTube because we got a copyright strike because you was playing Tina Turner.
Oh
So it's
yeah.
not on YouTube. It's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But yeah, he went missing. His family was looking for him. He ended up being in this chimney at like a
Oh.
yeah.
And like a what? You could have finished your thought.
It was like some guy was like renovating a cabin or something.
Hmm. The last thing I'll say, because I mean, what's done is already done. I'm kind of hoping that again the family can find some sort of justice.
Yes. And let me see if I can find it because I didn't watch it because I found it kind of late. Her brother was interviewed on a podcast. I did not watch it because I just came across it. I don't even want to say the name of the channel. I okay.
Why?
The name of the podcast, the name of the YouTube channel is Crack House Chronicles.
Okay.
But yeah, they interviewed him.
They interviewed whose brother?
Aisha's.
Aisha's?
Yeah.
Okay.
O'Brien's.
Okay. I could have just looked up. Nah, I don't see nothing. I can't see nothing. That's okay. Crackhead Chronicles. Got it.
Crack House.
Crack house. Same.
I
Chronicles.
don't listen. I feel like I've watched a few of their videos. I don't know why that's the name of it.
What? Is it
I
popular?
don't know.
All right. Well, that's all for the Asha Degree update.
Please follow us on Instagram at It's a Strange World Podcast and TikTok at It's a Strange World After All. If you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and like the show, please go ahead and give us a 5-star rating. And if you're feeling extra strange, please write a review. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment and share, please.
Come and get strange with us. We would love to hear from you. What did you think of this week's episode? What are your theories on the updates of the case? Were you familiar with the case prior to this? Let us know. Please send us your feedback, episode suggestions, horror, thriller, slasher, and true crime movie or documentary review suggestions, or any inquiries about being a guest on the show. You can email those submissions to it's a strange world after all at gmail.com or DM us on any other social media platforms previously mentioned. We'll also accept natural allergy remedies if you have any, because it's that time of year.
Yes. Thank you for tuning into another episode of It's a Strange World After All.
And thank you, as always, for keeping it strange with us. See you next
Thank
time.
you. Bye.
Bye.